Hello and welcome to your practice. Today I have an evening wind down flow for you. You do not need any props, just yourself and your mat. So let's dive in. So you're going to come into a comfortable seated position to get started. Root down through the sit bones, start to lengthen up through the spine, and gently start to blink the eyes closed. Relax the shoulders down your back and just take a moment here to become present and still. Checking in with your breath, checking in with your body. Just taking an inventory of how you're feeling, both mentally and physically, in this moment. Not placing any judgment on what might arise for you. Just simply allowing yourself to check in, become aware. Just being grateful for the opportunity to practice self-care through your yoga practice. Starting to deepen the breath. Allowing the breath to expand through the entire body, creating space for your practice. And using the exhales to just imagine that you're washing away your day. So letting go of anything that you might be holding on to from your day. Deep inhale, slow, steady exhale. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, letting it go. And gently start to blink the eyes open. And we're going to come into our hands and knees into tabletop pose. So bring your hands below your shoulders, knees below your hips. Neutral spine, start to lengthen the crown of your head towards the front of the mat. And we're going to start with some gentle, slow cat-cow. So inhale, take your gaze up, your belly will drop down. On your exhale, round your chin to your chest, arch your spine. Deep inhale, gaze up, belly drops down. Nice and slow, chin to chest, round the spine. Take about 3 to 5 more of those at your own pace. Moving as fast or as slow as your breath wants to take you. Not being in a hurry, so using this as a way just to slow down from your busy day. Just notice what it feels like just to not be in a rush. After your final one, come back to neutral in the spine and then sink back into child's pose, letting the hands come forward, forehead rests. Letting your breath fill your upper ribs as you claw your fingertips a little bit further forward. Take 2 more breaths here. And then slowly start to come back onto hands and knees. Tuck your toes, transition into downward facing dog, where you'll continue just to invite gentle movements into the body. So pedaling out the legs, spreading the fingers nice and wide, engaging through the lower belly. And again, just letting this be a gentle restorative movement. So maybe letting the hips get into it a little bit if that feels good. Maybe shaking out the head, yes and no. This doesn't have to be a rigid downward facing dog. Just ask yourself, what does it feel like to let this pose restore my body, even if I'm moving? Come into a bit of stillness here. Straighten both legs. And from here, start to look forward towards your hands. Inhale, press forward into a plank pose. Just pause here for a moment. Shift your hips back into downward facing dog, moving slowly. 2 more times. Inhale, press forward, coming into plank pose. Exhale, slowly press back into downward facing dog. 1 more time. Inhale, press forward, coming into a high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pause. Start to look forward towards your hands and then step your right foot forward. Drop your left knee down. Pause here, untuck your back toes and allow your hips just to press forward. Keeping the left hand down, you're going to take it off of your mat. So just to the left of your mat, and then inhale, sweep your right arm up. Allowing the heart to open here. Now you're welcome to stay, or if you wish to take a bind, bend your left leg and reach for the left foot with your right hand. And then use that hand and the foot to resist each other to open the heart. Breathe. Start to bring your gaze back down. Carefully release the bind. Tuck the back toes under. Step back into downward facing dog. From here, inhale, press forward into high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog, nice and slow, no rushing. Inhale, press forward into plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale, press forward. Come into plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward towards your hands. Step your left foot forward. Bring your right knee down. Let your hips fall heavy forward. You can stay on your fingertips if you wish, and just take a few deep breaths into that right side. Take that right hand out to the right. Inhale, sweep your left arm up towards the ceiling and open up towards your chest. Stay here or come into that bind, reaching for the right foot with the left hand, using the hand to resist one another. Resist the foot, open up. And you can reach for either the inside or the outside of that right foot, doesn't matter. Breathe, opening through the chest. Then release that bind. Bring your hands down to the mat. Step your left foot back into downward facing dog. From here, inhale, press forward, come into plank pose. Let your knees drop to the mat. Engage through your belly, then slowly lower your chest and your chin towards the mat. Inhale, press forward into cobra pose. Bend at the elbows, draw the shoulders down, and then melt all the way back down, chest towards the mat. Inhale, press into your hands for cobra pose. Pause. Exhale, come down onto the mat, nice and slow. Inhale, press into your hands, cobra pose. Pause. Exhale, sink back into child's pose. Take a few deep breaths. Come up onto your hands and knees. Back into downward facing dog. Inhale, take your right leg up and back. Exhale, draw your right knee towards your nose. Inhale, take the right leg up and back, nice and slow. Exhale, knee towards your nose. Inhale, right leg goes up and back, nice and slow. Exhale, knee towards your nose, then step your right foot through. Left knee drops down. Inhale, rise into crescent moon. Just pause. Breathe here. Root down through that right heel. Right knee is above right ankle. Back toes are tucked or untucked. From here, bring your hands down to the mat. Sink back into your hips, coming into half splits. Let the heel root down into the floor. Then inhale, take your gaze up, shine your heart forward. Exhale, round your chin to your chest, arch your spine. So it's like as if you were doing cat-cow, but you're in this half splits shape, so your range of motion won't be that big. But just notice how when you do that, it changes things up a little bit. Take one more. And slowly start to bend into your right knee. Step your right foot back, downward facing dog. Adjust yourself on your mat if you need to. Then we'll take the other side. Inhale, take your left leg up and back. Exhale, knee comes towards your nose. Slow. Inhale, take that leg up and back. Exhale, knee towards your nose. One more time. Inhale, leg goes up and back. Exhale, knee towards your nose. Then step your left foot through. Right knee drops down. Inhale, reach your arms up, coming into crescent moon. Left heel roots down. You can gaze up. If it feels better to have your hands at your heart, you can do that too. Whatever feels right. Listen to your body. And from here, bring your hands down to the mat. Straighten your left leg. Sink back into half splits. Heel roots. Take a few deep breaths. And then we'll start to do that cat-cow motion. If you wish, inhale, take your gaze up. Heart shines forward. Exhale, round your chin to your chest. Let's take a few more on your own. Moving nice and slow. After your final one, bend into your left knee. Plant your hands, step your foot back, come into downward facing dog. Pedal the legs out here a little bit. Sway the hips from side to side. When you're ready, press forward into high plank pose. Drop your knees down towards your mat and come on into a kneeling position. I'll face the camera so your toes can be tucked or untucked. So I'll go at a little bit of an angle. And then just pause here for a moment. Bring your hands to your thighs. Draw the shoulders down your back. Find a little bit of length in your spine. Then from here, bring your hands behind you on the floor. So it's like a little bit of a back bend. Actually, I'll face this way. And then just allow the heart to open up towards the ceiling. So it's not like a full camel pose because you're not upright. It's more restorative. So keep your chin towards your chest if you wish. You can bring your hands flat on the mat if you can, or even just rest them on your heels. Whatever feels relaxing to you. Take another deep breath. And then from here, start to come down. Hands to the mat, sink back into child's pose. Did a 180. I'm facing a different direction now. And slowly start to come back up. Come into seated. Sweep your legs out in front of you. Do one final forward fold to close things out. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, forward fold, bringing your hands to your feet or to your shins. Inhale, look up, find length in your spine, and then exhale, allow your body just to melt. Breathing into the back body. And take 5 more breaths. Sinking a little bit closer towards your feet with every exhale. Slowly start to come up. Come into a cross-legged position. Let your hands come to your thighs or to your knees. Sit up nice and tall, draw the shoulders down the back, and just take a moment here to pause and notice how you're feeling. Just taking a moment to acknowledge how even just a few moments on our mat can completely shift our energy from our day. Maybe from a place of stress or just busyness to a place of serenity and calm. Closing our practice with 3 deep cleansing breaths together. Deep inhale through your nose. Exhale out of your mouth. Take another deep inhale. Exhale, release. Deepest breath you've taken all day. Hold it at the top. And then exhale, let it go. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.